Hello. Okay, I'm going to talk about the movie, and it's gonna be full of spoilers. So if you have yet to watch and you don't want to know what's going on, then I suggest you stop. Okay. So, let's talk about the things that um, I feel that a lot of people like about the movie. Number one, a lot of people have been talking about Kano, and yes, act, in this movie, I feel like all the actors have played their characters very well. Okay, especially Kano. Okay, Kano, he really feels like that kind of asshole guy that you have on your team, and you are always afraid of what he will do next. Okay, and obviously for me, the best character in the movie will be Sub Zero. He is menacing. I have never thought of Sub Zero to be portrayed in that way. He is like the almost like a xenomorph. Like everywhere he goes, you can feel his presence. Like you know, the whole place will be filled with ice. There's cold mists and things like that. His presence was not just himself; it was also in the environment. So when he fought Jax in that abandoned building, the one that you saw in the trailers, you can actually feel scared for Jax. You can actually feel that Jax is afraid of Sub Zero because he's taking on him alone, and anything can happen because this is not a normal human. Okay, like how Sonya said, they have superhuman capabilities, and she may not speak of that about Sub Zero. Actually, we do not know who Sonya was talking about in that sentence. We don't actually know, but now I'm sure Jax knows what he's dealing with. Okay, so yeah, Sub Zero, played by Joe Taslim. I think he's the best character in the movie, and so and then there's Cole Young. I feel like at first I was open to a new character in the movie. Maybe the movie is taking on a new direction that is also still within the Mortal Kombat lore. So I was fine with it. My friend was like, who's this guy, And his name sounds very soccer player. So like, but for me, like, okay, let's give it a chance because I saw the trailer and I had faith in that trailer. So um, I feel like, okay, let's see how it goes. I'm always open to new ideas, but then um, he seems to be quite unnecessary, and I feel like if you want to introduce a new character in such a huge universe, you have to make it awesome. You can't make him weak. And I feel like he feels a little bit more to the weak side because he's born with the dragon mark. Okay? And until Sonya approaches him, he has no idea what the dragon mark means. I was I was hoping that they would portray this new character with that dragon mark like someone Okay, if you watch Lord of the Rings, Aragorn, before he was Aragorn, when he was still called Striker, when he was just this ranger, right? The kind of character that knows that, okay, what does this mean? You feel like you're meant for something. This birthmark, this dragon birthmark means something, and you are actually looking for an explanation. So when someone comes to you and tells you the real story, you are kind of like mentally prepared, and you're like, okay, this means something. It's like a prophecy getting ready to be fulfilled. And that's one of the issues that I have with um, the birthmark, the dragon birthmark. To me, I don't know, it doesn't kind of like make sense. Well, it makes sense in a way to be chosen, because there are millions of people on earth. So who's gonna fight in the tournament? Okay, so the ones who with the birthmark are the ones who will be fighting. So they must have some sort of like natural ability towards mysticism and um, martial arts. I'm I'm not much of a fan of the plot that you can gain the birthmark by killing another guy. So it's like it can be transferred from one person to another, and the person who killed the previous guy may not be worthy of the tournament. You know what I'm saying? Because like, okay, what happens then if the guy with the birthmark dies in an accident? Who who's gonna take over the dragon mark? You know what I mean? Yeah, so it kind of like complicates the plot, and is quite nonsensical when Sonya killed Kano, and then the birthmark goes to Sonya. It's like a transfer of ownership, and for me, it doesn't really sit well with me. That's one thing. Second thing is the Arcana. Like, okay, I understand that you need to find a reason how these um, Earth realm contenders have superpowers. Okay, I'm fine actually with the Arcana thing. Okay, but it will only apply for powers like um, you can, spiritual power. You have fire. Maybe for Kung Lao, he is able to throw the hat and things like that. Inner power, inner energy, I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with the Arcana giving birth to Jack's arms. Um, who else? Oh, Kano. Kano Laser Eye also comes from the Arcana. Sonya Blade's wings also from the Arcana Eye. I don't know, man. I feel like they could actually taken all these powers. Um, it could have been from technology, like Earth's best defense against the Netherrealm invaders or Outworld invaders. It should be technology. So from there, you can actually expand to like Cabal. In the first place, we don't even know why Cabal is on the bad side. Cabal, Jax, Sonya, Kano. Maybe Kano was a good guy before he betrayed the Earth Realmers. In the movie, yes, he did. But like how he got the technology, you can actually copy a little bit from Mortal Kombat Legacy, that he was given the laser eye by, who was it? I can't really remember, but actually you can, uh, when the Outworlders have dealings with the Black Dragon, they can actually have technology involved. That's how Cabal gets his powers as well. So I am not really, it doesn't really sit well with me for the Arcana to be giving Jax the bionic arms and things like that. They can actually use technology to expand the Mortal Kombat plot, like you know, the U.S. military technology that applied to, for example, Jack's bionic arms. Okay, so they are creating some sort of um, cybernetic soldier, and then maybe that technology is stolen by the Lin Kuei. For example, like I give you a character named Smoke. Probably Smoke might come and steal the technology from the humans and bring it back to the Lin Kuei, and so that the Lin Kuei can begin their cyber ninja initiative. So to it could have, I don't know, I was thinking that it could have been done that way, so that all these will be very nice Easter eggs, and to actually see our the things that we know come to life. Yeah, so um, I feel like they also underuse a lot of characters, like for example Reptile. Yeah, like Reptile. I mean, his design was, I wasn't a fan of the design also. He looked like a baby Godzilla, so I wish he was more humanoid and ninja. That's why you send a ninja to kill people like assassins. If you don't want to use Reptile, you can actually use Baraka. Not actually Baraka, but Talkatans, because in the Mortal Kombat games, Talkatans has always been the foot soldiers of the outworld. Yeah, so you can actually send a platoon of Barak or Talkatans, like a party patrol. Yeah, and that's like how that will be the first touch of humans and the outworlders, the invaders, and they could actually make the whole movie a bit of horror. Like all around the world, there are reports of attacks by uh, monsters, unrecognizable monsters, and things like that. So we know that it's not just that one place which is being attacked. It's like the whole place. So you can have like in China, Shaolin monks. Maybe uh, the Shaolin temple is attacked by Tarkatans in search of Liu Kang. Maybe in Native America, places of Native America uh, being attacked by Tarkatans, and you can have a tribe of night wolves, you know. So you can actually show that this is happening around the world, except not just that one place. So it could have gone in that direction as well. Yeah. So I know there were a lot of throwbacks to certain names like um, Master Borai Cho. Yeah. Because this there's no subtitles, so I can't really catch what they're saying. But I heard Master Borai Cho, and they could actually have explored the law of Scorpion and Sub-Zero better. Like that's one more instance where I was disappointed, because knowing the story of Scorpion and Sub-Zero, Quan Chi is involved somewhere. So like when it happened and there wasn't any sign of Quan Chi, I feel like a little uh, down a little bit, because I was hoping that Quan Chi would appear, or maybe a sign of somebody was there to manipulate this whole feud between the Lin Kuei and the Shirai Ryu. Okay, and the law of Scorpion and Sub-Zero, they could have actually make it even more stronger. I feel like they should have gone on the MCU route of starting with one movie first. Like for MCU, they started off with Iron Man and then they expand. Okay, I feel after watching the whole movie, I feel like maybe they shouldn't have gone for the whole Mortal Kombat movie straight. Maybe should have started with Scorpion and Sub-Zero for a start. Yeah, even in the Scorpion and Sub-Zero, you can actually show more characters. Actually, you can have Frost, you know, the Lin Kuei. Uh, why the Lin? They can explore why the Lin Kuei, how the Lin Kuei actually gained Cyromancer powers. How the Shirai Ryu actually had um, someone like Scorpion on their side. You know, Hanzo Sashi, he's the master. Yeah, I know. But what causes these two clans to fight? What are the motivations of Bihan to kill Hanzo Sashi's family and clan? You know, they can actually show Kuai Liang. I they can actually make whole movie of Scorpion and Sub-Zero to jumpstart the Mortal Kombat universe. Yeah, so actually the plot of the Mortal Kombat, this Mortal Kombat movie was um, not very strong. Anyways, people say it's a Mortal Kombat. I mean, it's a game, right? It's a movie game, so we shouldn't expect much. But we have decades of history and lore and mythology of Mortal Kombat. You can create a whole new cinematic universe, and we kind of like actually failed in that. So I was quite disappointed because maybe my expectations were too high. Watching Mortal Kombat Legacy, I was hoping that the movie will follow the mood and the tone and the vibe of Mortal Kombat Legacy actually. Um, but what I feel was like, okay, the movie was quite, I don't know, I really don't know how to put it into proper words, because right now my mind is, right now what I'm thinking is, even the fighting scenes, it wasn't very clear and neat. It was mess of these two guys fighting, jump, 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 and then you have like the cameras were like all over the place. So like, yeah, I can't really enjoy the scenery. You know, I think it was Jax who was fighting Reiko on the bridge, and that bridge is iconic. You know, it was where the Easter eggs appeared. You know, I mean the bridge, and then there's a moon at the back, right? And then if I'm not wrong, we have some Easter eggs in the movie. And that's another issue I have was Reiko. Like, I expect Reiko to be how Sub-Zero is. Sub-Zero, you know, menacing and scary. So I was hoping that's how Reiko will be portrayed also when I got to know that Reiko will be in the movie. Instead, what I got is some uh, he looked like a Lord of the Rings troll, you know. Is either that or some ogre in Warcraft, the kind that goes whoa, like no, it should be, Reiko should be those kind of like quiet, silent, deadly general. Like I think he first appeared in Mortal Kombat 4. It's very quiet, silent, but he will kill you anyway. That's how he should be. Not like some kind of monster. He looks very fat and flabby, you know. Yeah. So that was Reiko, and then we have Nitara. Uh, her design is, you know, not quite. I don't know, man. It's quite ugly. I when I heard that they have Nitara in the movie, I was hoping also that she is playing a big role in the plot, something that I can't think of, because why would you want to have Nitara in a movie? Do you have a use for her? After all, she's a vampire, so does she have a hand in how events unfold towards uh, through the ages? She's a vampire. She lived long, so maybe she's the one taking care of certain ancestry and some sort like that. But all I got was like a flight and a death. Yeah, uh, she was cut open by Kung Lao's laser head. Yes, yeah. So yeah, I feel like it needs another 45 minutes of screen time to actually give more life to the movie. And let's not talk about Raiden. He didn't do much. Um, being Earth's protector, I was hoping that there will be a showdown between Shang Tsung and Raiden somehow. Yeah, but we didn't get to see it. All Raiden do is teleport people one place to another. And then we also have Goro. Yeah, Goro. He looked more like a monster from Warcraft. Yeah, he's supposed to be like scary. I don't feel, not say I don't feel scared, but it could have been portrayed better. You know, I don't really care about the CGI and things like that. I just feel like you have a four-armed monster that the world has never seen. You know, it should be menacing, as menacing, or if not more menacing than Sub-Zero. Yeah. I was also hoping that, oh yeah, they didn't really show why this Mortal Kombat is really important. Yeah, we know that if we lose, okay, Outworld's going to invade us, but um, it doesn't feel the fear. There wasn't the fear there. They should have shown like other worlds being invaded by Outworld, like Edenia. Um, oh, yeah, or maybe Order. There's this realm called the Order realm. If what's the name? There's this Order realm. I think. I mean, the other realms like um, Edenia. Okay, maybe especially Edenia. They should have showed how Edenia has fallen by the hands of Outworld. Then we will feel like, okay, shit, we must win this. If not, we will all be slave and there'll be deaths. So the movie doesn't really show that. You know, there wasn't we wasn't feel, doesn't feel like anything is at stake. Except in the movie they only showed Cole Young family at stake when they were attacked by Goro. But other than that, you don't feel like anything is at stake. If I'm Cole Young, I'll be like, yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. You know, you guys can fight them. I don't care. Yeah. So they didn't really explore the what's gonna happen if we lose this tournament. I feel like there's a lot more I want to say, but I think I've spoken enough. So maybe you wanna let me know of your thoughts of the movie. Maybe I got certain things wrong, or maybe you agree with what I say. Then maybe we can talk about it. Okay, so thank you for listening in, and I'll see you again.